Zeb here. Can you believe that a third of 2026 is gone already? That is insane, but it's true. And here we are. So let's talk about 1 Chronicles 25 through 29, because did you have a better idea of what to do on a Monday evening? Let's do that. I like to call 1 Chronicles 25 through 29. David gets the band together. You know, remember the Blues Brothers movie? The band. We got the band together. Anyway. But that's the truth. He organizes efforts for the temple, the one that Solomon was going to be building instead of him, because of God's wish, because David had too much blood on his hands. Focusing on assigning the Levites, yeah, that's me, to as priests, musicians, gatekeepers, civil leaders, to ensure structured, spirit-inspired worship. That sounds like Beach Church on any Sunday morning. And efficient national government. David prepares building materials. It's amazing how much they could do with so little back in those days, and how little we can do with so much today. Charges Solomon to build the temple, and praises God, demonstrating his legacy as a heart-loyal king. David separates sons of several other gentlemen for prophetic, spirit-inspired musical worship. 288 skilled musicians were divided into 24 groups. It's not a 7 anywhere in that, but it is Chronicles 25, and 2 plus 5 equals 7. And anyway, serving in rotation to emphasize ordered praise. Interesting. Not like, hearts on fire praise, not really anthem rock powerful worship teams. Ordered praise. 1 Chronicles 26. So in 26, he also assigns gatekeepers or temple guards, and guards of dedicated treasures. I presume that would include somehow the Holy of Holy and the Ark of the Covenant. Highlighting that all service, from security to finances, is sanctified to the Lord. That's true of the church. It's also true of thee and me, or it should be. Okay, military and civil organization is in 1 Chronicles 27. 12 divisions of the army. 12 divisions of the army. It doesn't say 12 platoons. It says the army was divided into 12 divisions. I don't know how that would be. I'd love to see that. Tribal leaders and king's advisors organizing national administration for stability. 1 Chronicles 28. David's final instruction to Solomon. David shares the plans for the temple. Interesting. So, although God said that David should not be the one to build the temple, he still left him in charge of designing the temple, being the architect. It's very interesting. And those plans were received from the Spirit. And charges Solomon to know and serve God with a loyal heart, which he did. Until he didn't. He did for a long time, but you try and have 700 wives and concubine barking at you, all of which are worshiping stone idols. I would presume that we would all be impervious to such a thing, but we're not there. Can't walk a mile in his sandals. Final offerings and death of David. David and the leaders offer immense resources for the temple. David offers a profound prayer acknowledging God's sovereignty, and Solomon is anointed king. Okay, now the messianic significance. The greater temple builder. David, the shepherd king, prepares the way for his son Solomon to build the physical temple. This foreshadows Jesus Christ, the ultimate son of David, who builds the true temple, the church. That's us. We are the true temple. Jesus himself was the true temple, which is why he was able to say that if you knock down this temple, then in 3 days, he would bring it back up again. It would be restored. The eternal king, the intense focus on David's throne being established, and this is specifically in verse 23 of chapter 29, looks forward to the Messiah whose kingdom is everlasting. Worship leader and prophetic song. The prophesying of the musicians points to Christ, who is the ultimate teacher and leader of praise, offering spiritual worship that lasts forever, also the ultimate prophet. Considering that so much of what is in Revelations was from Jesus directly through John. Yes, there's quite a bit of prophecy that came from Jesus. Also Matthew 24. The man after God's own heart, despite his failings, which are legendary, David's heart towards God mirrors the perfect submission of Christ, serving as the archetype for the Messiah. Okay, key themes. We might get out of here pretty early this evening, folks. Service and stewardship. All gifts are for God's glory. Orderly worship. There it is again, orderly. God desires order, and music is viewed as prophetic. Generational service. Both young and old serve together in praise. And Davidic legacy. David's dedication to God's house validates his reign and prepares for the future. And now there's a star with his name on the Israeli flag. And of course, Jesus was in the lineage of David. So that's pretty much it. Chronicles is kind of dry, except for where it's not. And this, I don't know, this just really appeals to me. The whole idea of David going around, hey, let's get the band together, you know. And that's what he did. He organized this whole thing. I mean, do you know how he was no dummy. He was very, very capable. And led and directed by the Holy Spirit. And his future son. You know, down generations. Anyway, I don't know. I feel like there's something incomplete about that. But I think it's just that it's the beginning of the whole thing. It's the setting up of the temple. It's the blueprint. It's the, you know, architectural's actual blueprint. And the assignment of responsibilities and duties of different participants in the activity. And all of that comes out to be the beginning of the building of the temple and the establishment of Israel, and you know, at this phase in the history of Israel. Okay, that's what I got. Catch you next week.